Grand rising, grand arrival, grand return. Peace and blessings to the righteous and the repentant alike. I am Cleopatra Sophia the Bodhi, and this is our November 2025 Jubilee Zolkin and Market calendar with the Hebrew feast days. Every month, right around the end of the month, I try to give you a couple days when I can. We go through the calendar for the upcoming month, delineate and to mark the important days. I do not do astrology in this video. I only do that when I go over the actual Zolkin moon cycle. So if you're interested in the astrology, please look out for the last video, which was about the planetary moon, and the video that will be coming around the 14th for the spectral moon. Okay. So this month, the November, starts with in Mount Rainier, which is where um, Mount Olympus is, on the Krishnamurti calculations, will be at 15 degrees of Libra in American Troy, which is the tropical calculation, specifically the American capital, will be at 9 degrees of Scorpio. It'll be the 26th lunar mansion. The sixth night of creation, the kin is 231. It'll be the 10th Zolkin month, which is the planetary month, the 16th day. Obviously the 1st of November. The market week is 26. The Nun day is 1A1. It'll be Saturday, and it'll be a planetary 9 day. Now, this is important because this particular day is also a world point, and 9 degrees of Scorpio is one of these world points. It's 9 degrees of Scorpio, 18 degrees of Leo, and 27 degrees of Taurus. And then the last world point we have coming very quickly after this one, because it's going to be 0 degrees of Capricorn, right at our just before our Capricorn solstice. What are these world points? I still can't exactly tell you. That's information that I'm still trying to figure out, but we just noticed that these are highly, highly, highly energetic days. And also, this will be the American calends, which is the start of the month, okay? So we do have a few galactic portal days, and also we're ending our 260-day cycle literally on the last day of this month. So that is very, very significant. I don't know what the astrology people are saying, but this November is going to be very, very energetic. And it's not because of what the planets are doing, it's because we're ending out this 260-day cycle. And of course, the planetary, astrology people don't know this, but so they're basing theirs off simply off the astrology that they see. But just what we know from endings, this means that this month, things that were started at the beginning of this cycle have to be rounded out. You have more time to accomplish it. No, whatever you were supposed to learn during this 260-day cycle has to be completed by the end of this 260-day cycle. There's no getting around it. And so look for a lot of endings. Now, of course, we weren't watching the start of this cycle, but I can tell you that, oh, I can't tell you. I do believe this cycle started right around our new year. So the things that we were working on around the new year have to be completed now. Now, it's also unusual. It only happens every third or fifth year. It's very unusual to go through a whole 260-day cycle within a Gregorian year. And when we start talking about the new cycle, those are some of the things that I'm going to bring up. I still have to pull some of that information from out of uh, the dungeon because that was stuff that I worked on like almost a year ago now. So those are the kind of things that we're going to talk about. Again, I'm going to invite people to come and join us for the 260-day cycle. Most of the videos will be here. I am also going to have the videos on what did I say I was going to use? Oh, in our Schumann Mystery School over on Patreon, so that people are able to access more of the information in advance. It'll be easier for me to share documents and stuff like that. Plus, we'll be resurrecting our lunar working group to use as our meeting place if people want to talk about their experiences with the 260-day cycle. So since we already have a group, we're just going to repurpose it to talk about these things. So there's things that I can share there, and then people will be able to, connect and talk about the cycle in there. So that's gonna, if you're in my lunar working group and you wanted to do the thing, you're halfway there in the cycle. We're just going to again move some of this stuff to Patreon so that people have an opportunity to set up a recurring contribution, and then we'll have the lunar working group where I'll put most of the documents and stuff and the videos and stuff like that. So again, there's always a free option where you can learn all of this stuff completely for free. It's really important. You just have to take the time to go into the lunar working group and join it, because the Zolkin cycle is a lunar cycle. Okay. It's really the bridge between the solar and the lunar cycle, to be honest. So we're going to repurpose that. That's basically what I've decided. Um, so, as you can see here, let's just go through a few things. We do not go through a whole 28-day lunar cycle in this month. We start at Lunar Mansion 26, and then we have a 29th Lunar Mansion. So, what I noticed, the way I did this calculation is that I wanted to know at 6 a.m. had we reached the full moon. So if by 6 a.m. we did not reach the full moon on that day, then I put it to the next day, which means instead of 28 days in the cycle, it's going to be 29. Now, this is kind of rare, so I would expect on, oh my gosh, and that's the election day. Jesus have mercy. I would expect on November the 4th for them to be trying to do some little funny stuff. Because it's accessing the 29th lunar mansion, which we normally don't have access to. And this is kind of like what they do. So I'm already pointing that out. It'll be a 3 day. So all right, I'm not gonna dwell on that too much. We have our 12th. Oh shoot, this is still a little wrong. We got our 12th night of creation, our 12 days of creation. We don't go through two full ones. We have like a half a one and then a full one and then another almost full. So that could be significant too. Um, I'm just going column by column. The kin, obviously uh we start the month on day not 10. Wait a minute. 13, 12, 11, 10. Yeah, on day 10 of this dang. On day 10 of the Trisina chromatic, which is a 13-day cycle, that's indicated by the pink color and in the kin. We do go through two full 13-day cycles and then those extra 4 days. So let's talk about our portal days. So we have our galactic portal day. The first one that we have for this month is going to be on November the 9th. The second one we have for this month is going to be on November the 11th, and that's also Veterans Day. That's also an 11 day. So it's going to be a very, very energetic day. I highly suggest that you plan to use this energy for creation purposes. There we go. Use the energy for creation purposes, not destruction purposes. It's also going to be a 2 day, I mean, a 11 day, which is on our scale of 11, which is kind of, it's a very precarious day. So the fact that they picked this day to end their war, and then, I mean, because it's also the end of what, World War II or something like that. I don't know. So the fact that they use this day for anything is kind of, again, nuts. But, it is what it is. This is what these people do. Okay. Let me go back. Well, yeah, let me go back. On November the 5th, we have our Taurus full moon. It's a super moon. It's going to be at 13 degrees of Taurus. And it's also our American nones. And the nones is like the beginning check-in point. So the intention that you set for the American Calends Day, which is the first day of the month, should start to show up by this particular day, which is the fifth day of the month, okay? And then by the Ides, which is the start of our spectral moon, which is kind of crazy, that's when whatever you ask for on this American calendar should fully manifest, okay? And that's on the 14th. Talked about Veterans Day. Our Sabbaths, of course, are on Thursday. So we have one, two, yeah, we have four full Sabbaths this month. It's a little bit over. So we have four full Sabbaths this month. Not four full, I'm sorry. One, two, three, four, five, six. Really? No, the month starts on Saturday. So it's not four full Sabbaths. We have three full Sabbaths and then we're a day short on the beginning and we only have 3 days at the end. So three full Sabbaths this month, okay? We go through market week. We start this month in market week 26. We do 26, 27, 28, and then about halfway through 29. This last planetary, I changed it from, it used to be called something else, personal. It used to be called a personal, but now I understand it's the planetary energy, okay? So this is what the planet is going to be responding to. And so, as you notice, we talked about this in August because we also had one of these days, one of these numerological days. But here we have it again. We go 1 through 8, but the two is obviously 11, but still we go 1 through 8 in order and we go 1 through 9 in order. This only happens 4 times a year, okay? And so this is where the planetary brings all the chaos and puts it in order. Now, it's very interesting that this is literally right before we start um Sagittarius season, like right in the middle. Actually, like what, the first day of Sagittarius season? Like we are in this energy of things being put in order because you cannot bring in the king, who is Zeus, to a planet where things are out of order. So this is where we make sure things go in order. So this cycle starts on the 10th of November and at Mount Olympus, it'll be 24 degrees of Libra. In American Troy, it'll be 18 degrees of Scorpio. And then that's the 1 through 8 cycle. And then the 1 through 9 cycle starts on the 18th of November, where we'll be at 2 degrees of Scorpio in Mount Olympus and 26 degrees of Scorpio in American Troy. So both sides will be in Scorpio when we start this 1 through 9 cycle. I also find that to be very interesting. We'll have to be definitely taking some notes and seeing how this plays out, but that's quite important on how that particular cycle works. So that's why I'm pointing it out. Um, so we have our spectral moon, which is our 11th Zolkin month that starts on November the 14th. And that's also, as I mentioned, the American Ides. And then after that, we have our 28 degree Scorpio new moon. That's going to be happening on November the 20th. And it's on a Sabbath at that. And it's the Zolkin None. So it's what we intend on our spectral moon month, whatever the intention is, that should start to show up by this Scorpio new moon. I think it's really interesting that these new moons is mostly lined up with the nones. I find that to be fascinating too. We do have a Orthodox feast day this month on November the 21st. It's the entry of the Theotokos into the temple. That's a pretty important feast day. And then we also have a feast day for us, for the people. We have Thanksgiving Day, and that's on obviously November the 27th. Let's look at the numbers for that. So American Thanksgiving is November the 27th. So it's 11 degrees of Scorpio in Mount Olympus, 5 degrees of Sagittarius in American Troy. It's the 23rd lunar mansion. It's the eighth night of creation. This thing is still not right. I thought I fixed all of this. Okay, it's the eighth night of creation. Oh, this is the wrong one. That's why. Oh well. I did fix it. This is just not it. Okay, so it's the eighth night of creation. The kin number is 257. It's the 11th soaking month, and it is also a Sabbath. So Thanksgiving is happening on Sabbath. So that's a day that you should, I would say it's probably one of the most important Sabbaths of the year because it aligns with Thanksgiving Day. And look, we're going to do another video on how to observe the Sabbath in this new sort of order. Um, so anyway, let me keep going. It's the ninth. It's a 9 day on our nun day, 29th week, market week, and also it's another one of these 11 days. And if people try to do weird stuff on this day, 11 days are not the days to play, okay? I promise you, 11 days are not the days to play. I know it's fun and jokes and all of that until you hit an 11 day and you get your karma instantly. So, my suggestion for Thanksgiving this year is that you spend time with family and friends and you have fun and you make merry, okay? What was I going to say about Sabbath? Sabbath, the way Sabbath should be observed is that it should be observed like the prodigal son. When the father saw the son coming back down the road to return home, he was lost and now he's found. That's how we're supposed to observe Sabbath. What did they do? They made merry, they killed the fattened calf, they had a great time, they had a big party. It is my belief that that is how Sabbath is supposed to be observed. We have that example directly in the Bible, directly in a story about what the Sabbath is. The Sabbath is the returning of the prodigal son back to the home. That should be pretty obvious how that's supposed to be observed. So that's going to be my suggestion. I know, like it or lump it, do whatever you want to do. Okay. So the last day of this month is also, oh, the Tomb Day. We have a Tomb Day on the 15th. So that's right after the start of the spectral month. And it's only a Tomb Day. So that's also very interesting because it's not a portal day as well. So we'll get to see the difference in energy between just Tomb Days and portal days. Because remember the Tomb Days, these were the numbers that were etched on Pacal Votum's tomb. Pacal Votum is Saul, and so this is a very special day that our brother's trying to communicate with us, okay? Brother, cousin, nephew. And it's also the last day in American Troy, not American Troy, I'm sorry. In Mount Olympus is the last day of Libra season. So that's going to be pretty important, I'm sure. So that's the tomb day, that's only a tomb day. It's 29 degrees of Libra in Mount Olympus, 23 degrees of Scorpio in American Troy. It's a lunar mansion 11. It's the eighth night of creation. The kin is 245. It's the 11th Tzolk'in month, the second day of that month. Market week 27, F6, and it's a personal 6 day. So we got sixes, 6, 15 is a 6, lots of sixes, lots of nines. So I haven't made I've made all the videos on the portal days, but I haven't made the video on what the vow needs to be for that day yet. So be on the lookout for that as well. So this month ends with a portal day. This would be on November the 30th. That's 14 degrees of Scorpio at Mount Olympus, 8 degrees of I'm sorry, Sagittarius in American Troy. It's Lunar Mansion 26. It's the 11th night of creation, kin 260, 11th month, 17th day, market week 29, third day, personal 5 day. So we'll have another galactic portal on that day as well. What else do I want to mention about this month? I think this month is going to be very, very high energy because we're ending the cycle. Whenever I'll probably make another video about this ending of the cycle so we can go back and look at the beginning, just to talk about that a little bit. But this is going to be really, really energetic because we're ending out this cycle and we're getting ready to start a new cycle. So think about the end of the year, like when you go to like literally like New Year's Eve and all that stuff. That's pretty much what this is going to be like. I think, I mean, we've not seen an end of the cycle since we started this, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. So I hope this video has been helpful. Of course, we'll be talking about this more, but this is your invocation, I guess, for our November 2025 Jubilee Tzolk'in and market calendar with the Hebrew feast days month. Shalom, peace and blessings, and of course, we'll see you in the next video.